Hello, thank you for tuning into this week's section of reads. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. This should be on the YouTube channel, James13 Wicca. I will be putting the dice and the decks I'm using below. Other than that, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's also below, same email. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the reading you chose. Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Taurus? This is something. This card's pushing out. Do we want it? This one. Oh. The Lover's card is pushing out. It wants to be seen. You have the Ace of Cups you're trying to get to. Yeah, you do. This doesn't have to be a romance thing, but it could be something with a very important connection. It doesn't have to be romance, but it could be a very important connection. Where did you go? I'm just gonna put you there. Where do you go? Where does that go? I literally don't know just yet. I have a feeling this is kind of like, this is kind of like something that you're trying to actually bring into your life. It doesn't have to be romance. It could be a meaningful connection, especially in my opinion. Taurus, especially when they're working at something or they have something where it doesn't have to be a work thing, but something where you work with other people and it's very important that people work with you and understand where you're going and pay attention to the plan and respect and adhere to that plan. This might be an energy that kind of matches in with that better. Could be romance, doesn't have to be, but there's other things here. I feel like that's the overlay, like something you've been wanting, something that might have been missing for a while. Maybe you've had this, or maybe you've never had this before. This is something you're searching for, this type of connection in this category, whatever we're dealing with. I feel like you're used to doing it on your own, or at least being most dependent on yourself, whatever this category is. You also seem to be avoiding something because it never works out the way it's supposed to, so you might be avoiding some connections or pieces of the situation because it never seems to really hit right. There's just certain pieces that always elude you. That doesn't have to be the case for your whole life. Okay. Can I put these down now? You're used to something. You're holding the level. Whatever this category is for you, the thing is with Earth, and especially the Knight of Pentacles, it can just hold it to the same level. So it's almost like, this is how it's coming through. If 100 is the best, just in this example, if 100% is the best, and 0 is flat out complete fail, it's like you're going at a 67. It's not the worst. It's better than half. You know that you can have the 100, but you can't seem to get... It just doesn't work. It's almost like every once in a while I get up to the 80 mark, 81, and then something happens and boom, then it goes down to 40. And then I have to build it back up to 60, and then I get up to, and I keep moving, and then I inch up to 67, and I just kind of get comfortable there. And right now it's like we're at that 67, and it's kind of like, you know what? It's dependable. It doesn't... Is it exactly what I want? No. Is it? And I feel like I'm ignoring it because in truth, it's not good enough, but I'm not willing to look at it because I'm just like, yeah, I've tried for better and I've seen where that's gone. I feel that energy there. Take it with a grain of salt. So the situation is kind of stuck. It is kind of stuck, but opportunities are showing up. Something that looks really good to you is showing up. This is something that needs time to progress. This is something that needs time to develop. Something shows up, something, it could be a person, especially if it's romance, obviously. Even if it's like a business thing, it could be something where somebody is very compatible. I don't know if that's the right word. It's almost like they're very impressed with you. Because I don't want to say things like they're enamored or whatever, because I don't want, it doesn't have to be romance, but somebody is very much like, Taurus knows what they're doing. If I stick with Taurus and if I help Taurus, Taurus will show me how to do it. That type of thing. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes sense. Taurus knows what they're doing, and if I help them and I stick with them and I keep helping them, they'll show me how to do it the right way. They'll show me how to make this happen for me, because they do it really well. They already really like you. I don't think it takes much. And maybe that's how you're viewing it. It's like, well, that didn't take much. Like, oh, that didn't take much. They already like me. And usually, in my opinion, Taurus can sometimes be a little bit like, I didn't even do anything. Why are you so impressed? Doesn't have to be that way, but it seems like a lot of times that seems to be how Taurus reacts. There's a lot of different flavors of Taurus, I know. But it seems like it's kind of like, I didn't even do anything. Why are you so impressed? Take it with a grain of salt. I don't see this being a bad thing, but I do see you kind of like, you're a little bit too excited about this person. Maybe let's just take it slow. You like them, you get along with them, but you're like, we're just going to chill. You can be here. Stay there. It's kind of like, you can be here and you stay there. You stay there. I'll come back for you if I want to. It just seems like that energy, kind of like, okay. I keep getting this energy like they really like you, and you're like, that's a bit much. I didn't even do anything. They very much like you. Did I show this card? I think I did. I love this card. It's one of my favorite in this deck. So they're like, yeah, Taurus all day, all night, Taurus. And they're like, okay, thank you. You're not at risk here, is what they're saying with the protection card. Like, this person doesn't have the ability to take anything from you, especially in the beginning. So, I don't know, that might help you make a decision or decide where the boundary will be in the beginning, because they really don't have the ability to take anything from you. It's going to take you a minute to decide how much or if you actually want this energy around you. This keeps looming here, by the way. This card keeps looming. There's going to be a point where this person they're telling you things. I get that, but I don't know that you're telling them things, but they're telling you things. And when they're telling you things, it helps you understand what they really do in life, how they really move through life. Are they dependable? Are they not dependable? It's not just like through wordplay that you're like, oh, okay, I believe you. It's more like, I kind of seen some of this already kind of play out, and now I'm going to just, look a little closer just to make sure that this is how this is going. And it does seem to make sense. And I do feel like it might be over time. I don't think this has to be just one conversation, by the way, but they're going to say stuff, and it's going to prove. It's going to, like, they're going to tell you about themselves, and you're going to see like that. Yep, that is how that goes. Yep, that's how that goes too. There's going to be a point during that process, and when I say point, it seems like it's not just like one moment. It's more like it could be up to 3 to 4 months. I don't know why we're saying it that way, but it's like there's a point where like there's this window of opportunity where you can do one thing or the other. It just seems most likely you'll go one way or the other. You can just accept it for what it is and be like, well, that's what it is. They're telling me what it is. Looks right to me. Looks like what they're saying makes sense. okay, status quo. And then the queen can also hold the line. Each earth sign can do that. Or yeah, each earth sign can do that. So you could return to this energy and kind of like, all right, 67%. Okay, good enough. You could do that, even though that's actually not good enough. For some reason, you might be used to it, so you might allow it to be good enough. It's kind of like a default feeling, in my opinion. Or, especially if you look at it really closely, you're going to see that this is something that you've been wanting. This is an opportunity that can actually advance you up into the 80s, 90s. Who knows? Could you get the 100? Is 100% realistic on this situation? Is that realistic at all? Living at 67%, or like if I think of 67 as a test score, it seems like 67 is like, oh, I'm barely passing. I'm passing, but I'm barely passing. I'm a person, like, if I could be mid to upper 80s, I would love to go into the 90s, whatever. How good can I get it reliably? How good can I get it and keep it there? I prefer the upper 80s into the 90s. That's just how I'm looking at it. And it's kind of like I have to put myself out there a little bit more, and I have to talk about it and really address what hasn't been working for me and what I really want. You're going to find that it's there, but it's a little scary with the 10 of Swords and the Ace of Swords. It's like going through what you actually want, what you haven't been getting, and why you've been accepting that. That's another version of this. That 10 of Swords with the Ace of Swords, but this is with it. I know it's not bad, but 10 of Swords is not fun. I feel like if I keep looking, I'm seeing the truth of the situation. You had the Moon reversed. That's seeing the flat out truth. I can't hide behind it. And then the King of Cups coming in, but it's kind of coming in like this, kind of like I'm nervous. I know what I want, but in this category, it just seems like there's always a risk. How long will it last? Will it last as long as I want it to? Will it last long enough for me to think it was worth it, even if it doesn't last forever? Can it last forever? Forever. You know how that goes. The addressing it, you'll solve the problem. It's ironic because it's upsetting and difficult to look at, but you will solve the problem. I feel like once I look at it, I just feel like I can't accept 67% anymore. I just feel like I can't do that. I'm like, that was really never acceptable. I was just letting it be. And now I know that I can do better. I know that I can have more, and I know that I should have more. It's all through that discovery, going through this, you're not going to allow yourself to go backwards. I just don't feel like you're going to allow that to happen. That's how this reading is going. The energy will rise up to meet you. I'm just going to roll it just on this card alone. It's not a fruitless win. It's actually got a lot more value to show you. This is a co-creator. This is not something where you're going to be leading the way all the time. This is a co-creator. But when I see this, the way that I've seen this work successfully for Taurus, so say we have a trip coming up, okay? In a week, we have to get on this plane. We're going to go to this destination. We're going to be there for 5 days, argumentally, and then we're going to come back. For that to happen, things at home need to be secured and taken care of. We have to have enough money. We have to make sure things are packed. We got to take care of this, take care of that, take care of this, take care of that. This is an energy that kind of will go through the list and be like, okay, this is the list we normally go through. Is there anything different from this list? No? Great. I'll take numbers, whatever numbers they're going to take, and then you're going to take the rest of them. They get through all the numbers, and they will show you, or they will give you all the information later, kind of like, this is how I solved all of these problems. This is what's going to happen. They're going to do them in their own time, in their own way, but it's one of those things, as a co-creator, again, this is how I've seen it work successfully for Taurus. Having the trust and belief in this person, they will do those things. It doesn't have to be exactly the way you would do it, but it's kind of like, oh, we have food, this food is acceptable. The bags are packed, and we got the appropriate clothing in those Okay, that's acceptable. Somebody's going to be coming in to check on the dog. That's acceptable. Is it the person I would have chose? No, but it's a safe person. I know. I don't know that person, but I trust that they do. Stuff like that. That's the co-creating energy where it's kind of like, all right, you're going to take those pieces. I'm going to take these pieces. I'll take care of my part. You take care of your part. We'll come back in later and we'll have cross-reference of who took care of what. And I know I can depend on you and I can depend on me, so we'll be okay. The energy will rise up to meet you. It's going to take some time to get used to it, but I don't feel like it has to be painful. The thing is with the getting used to it part, I'm saying it doesn't have to be painful, but there will be moments here where it's kind of like, I want to know what's going on now. There's going to be one of those things going, I want to know what's going on now. Things will be fine, but I do feel like, especially when Taurus gets stressed, they want the guarantee. They want to know what's going on right now. I want this done now. If this was already done, I would have already done this by now. That's the hard part. It's the trusting somebody, letting them do their part, and then doing your own part. Once in a while, it will have this moment where like, well, if I was doing it, I would have already done that. And they're going to be like, well, I've done other things, just not that yet. Well, let's come back like we normally do and touch base at this point, and I'll tell you what I've got done. It will get done. You know I'm good for it. But there's going to be that energy kind of like, they're not going to do it the way you do it. They will be dependable. They will get it done. It will be okay. But it's like getting used to how they do it versus how you do it, and it, respecting each other. Kind of like, I know you're responsible. I'll know you'll get it done. I have to make peace with like, it's not going to be done the way I would do it. It's not going to be done in the order I would do it. That could be the challenge with this. If you can get through that and work through that, you got the Ace of Cups coming, you got great things coming. It's having that trust in somebody that they're going to take care of it and allowing it and making peace with like, I don't need to know how they're doing it, even though that can be hard, I know. But I don't need to know how they're doing it. I just need to see the end results to where I can track it back and go, oh, of course that's going to work. We got to the finish line and I see what they did. It all makes sense now. But I didn't have to run the race with them. I couldn't run the race with them. I had to let them go the way they were going to do it. I had to let them do the race on their own terms. This could be a great connection. There's a lot of strength here. This energy is very strong that you're matching up with. It does things their own way once they get up to speed. They're dependable. But when I say they do it their own way, it's like the way you might have taught them how to do some things. And they're like, well, these pieces of this process I have to have. But I've learned some things from some other people, so I've added in some other things, and I get a better result. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm just going to make sure I have these components. If I want to equate it to food, it's like a macaroni salad. It's kind of like maybe you make macaroni salad, and you use elbow macaroni, and you use this type of mayonnaise, and you put maybe some pepper in there, and you put some relish, eggs, boiled eggs, whatever. You have some things you put in, and that's what you make it. That's how you like it. This person may be like, well, I didn't do the relish. I did actually chopped olives, and last time it worked out best for most people, and blah, 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 blah. Like they're doing some different things. It's still good. It's still edible. It's just not the way you would have done it, but it's still good. And it's letting that happen, making peace with that so that everybody can be happy, everybody can be valued, and you can have that 80 to 90%, this is working. It takes letting go a little bit to get to that, but it's definitely something you're capable of. And I would say that you want, this is what you want. This is like the 80 to 90%, this Ace of Cups for this situation. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.